All right. Call being recorded. Form constant 10.
Big Ten. Form constant X.
Yep. Uh, what have you been up to?
I have been mostly chilling, working a lot, getting into sports. Been playing basketball on the reg, playing pickleball, playing doing yoga. I'm just trying to like get active. Went to skiing a couple weeks ago.
Awesome.
So, just trying to stay busy. How about you?
That sounds lit. I've been working and doing school and not really doing anything else. I started biking to class again. Um,
Why did you because of your shoulder.
yeah, because my collarbone was broken, but it's healed up enough for me to be able to hold on to the handlebars and all that.
I don't think we covered that on this show.
Uh, I broke my collarbone snow
You were
skating in the ice in the
you were the
one of the two times it got below freezing with precipitation in Athens.
you were the laughing stock of our whole family.
Yeah, I guess so.
We kind of rotate, but you held the ground for a few weeks there. Everyone was talking about what you did and how stupid it was.
Oh, I wasn't really part of that discourse.
No, it's gonna be behind your back. That's how it works.
Okay, awesome. Wow.
Sorry, that feels really evil, but like I mean, it's better to tell you. It wasn't that bad. We were just playfully joking. Like, what did Joseph do? Like, you know how it goes.
Yeah, I mean that's fair. It was stupid and completely my fault.
So you were okay. So for the viewers, the stupid part is that you took a skateboard deck without wheels on it and like took it down a very like steep embankment, trying to like pop at the last minute to land on the road or something like that.
Yeah, basically, and
So
there was
kind of a dumb idea, pretty risky, objectively, right?
there
We can all
also was
agree.
like no snow. It was just ice, and then on the side
Which
of
is
the
even
road,
worse.
I hit like I just clipped like I clipped on my toes like you on a snowboard, but fell into the ice covered asphalt road.
Right, because if asphalt wasn't unforgiving enough, there was a layer of ice on top of it. So
Yeah, first bone
good stuff.
broken. Pretty inconvenient stuff. I also feel
Also,
like it made me feel like super uh like useless. I feel like a lot of my day to day is just being like, wow, I'm capable of doing things, and I was not for a few weeks.
yeah, that really put you out. I've had like rotating injuries. I guess just because I'm old and I've been like really active the past few weeks. My shoulder right now is fucking with me, so I kind of feel like you, where I can't like lift. Like I can, it doesn't hurt that bad, but I'm just like trying to like kind of take it easy on all the sports, until it feels better. My knee was
Yeah,
acting up. I was icing my knee last night. It's like it's like something else. Every week, it's like something else will like bug me.
gotta strengthen those stability muscles, I guess.
I guess so. That's why I'm doing yoga. I'm thinking maybe if I do yoga and kind of stretch out more like regularly,
Yeah,
maybe that'll help.
that'll totally help.
So yeah, what was I gonna say? Oh, I was also present for when our parents were reading off the your emergency room bill. Did you hear about that?
What, that it's like $2,000?
12,000.
Holy fuck. No, they don't have to pay that though. They have to pay like two.
No, exactly. Yeah, the insurance covered, I guess, 10,000 of it or whatever. But
No,
like,
yeah,
isn't that
yeah.
insane?
I remember seeing the bill. I saw it before they did, I think.
That's our
Um,
healthcare system for you. Okay, after that, I looked online and you can buy a used, I mean, it's not going to be top of the line, but you can buy like a used x-ray machine for like 12 grand.
yeah.
So
It's
it's like,
ridiculous.
what the fuck?
They made me get a CT scan that showed nothing, and it takes like 15 seconds of work to like do the CT scan, and it was like fucking $5,000 or something, and then they gave me a sling which cost $85.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And then like just to like be in the ER, I think just to visit is probably like 500 or something like that. Like just to get seen by a
Yeah,
doctor in the emergency room is like crazy.
yeah. It was
Yeah.
that was a costly mistake.
Well, you have insurance. I guess that's how you're supposed to do it, but you just feel bad for the people out there that don't have insurance.
Yeah, it is ridiculous. All our tax money should be going to healthcare and I don't know, public transit, but instead it's going to bombing Iranians.
Yeah, it's going to feed the lavish lifestyles of the elite around the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw a meme just like right before this conversation. It was, have you ever seen that Rick and Morty episode where he has a little butter robot on the table and it just
Yeah.
gives butter?
Yeah.
And the robot's like, "What is my purpose?" And he's like, "You give me butter." And then it's like all depressed.
Yes.
The meme was like showing the robot, and the robot was like American taxpayer, and it was like, "What is my purpose?" And then Rick was like, "You fund the elite's lavish lifestyle, and they're also their pedophiles." And then the robot looks depressed.
Yeah, man, it's depressing. It's like I've been among other things, I've been just going through my day to day being like, this is it? This is everything?
Yeah,
So,
I mean, I don't know. Like, some part of me thinks that like some kind of cataclysm, some kind of like anarchy, some kind of like collapse would be might be better than this. Might be more
I,
fun at least. Might be more purpose. I might have more meaning and fulfillment in that type of a lifestyle, just surviving.
yeah. I mean, we've touched on it over and over again, but it's like that there should be some kind of big, uh, big conflict and change, but so many people are like, I don't know, benefiting from the systems in place that it'd be so hard to garner majority support for anything. And
Yeah,
so it
well,
just like the system thrives on conflicts and
I think at this moment, the system is thriving on murky waters. It's all the AI slop and all the bots on social media that are just like kind of clouding everyone's perceptions because I think we're at a moment where most people, more people than ever, are like aware of this weird shit that's going on, but everyone's so confused at the same time. So if we can ever
yeah.
like get around the confusion, we might have some majority support, but I think everyone's just so confused.
Yeah. I don't know, it's yeah. I do think like at some point like social media is just gonna crash and everyone's gonna be like, this shit fucking sucks. They're gonna go outside again.
I mean, I think everyone would be happier. I just don't really see that happening
You don't think so?
like authentically. I mean, people are like generating revenue with social media, and it's becoming like influencers like the most like most coveted job opportunity.
Yeah,
I think
it's
people like
true,
want it.
yeah.
It's like the poison that you want, but it's you over time kind of thing.
I feel like a
Because
lot
it's
of
like
people
your
like
escape.
recognize that you only like get to that point. You like reach like influencer success if you're actually doing something that's interesting. But I guess that's not even true.
It's totally not true. You just gotta have the riz.
You got a what?
You gotta have the riz.
Yeah, man, for sure. You're so up on young people stuff.
I know. Why do we even need you? I have my pulse on the Gen Z vibe. Just
I
kidding.
don't even I don't know what the Gen Z vibe even is.
You're like you're disconnected.
Yeah, I kind of hate it. Like people on campus and shit just like around using Instagram lingo and African American vernacular and it's like they just talk about nothing all the time.
Yeah. I'm trying to think if like that was the same as my perception growing up too, because like I feel like it's sort of just different every generation, but it's kind of the same. But I don't know. I feel like it's worse. I feel like it's definitely escalated.
To me, it's just like all the people that are capable of going to UGA are like or most of them at least, are like just like rich kids who go through the motions of everything, and they're like their parents are conservatives. They've profited and succeeded off of this system that's like broken, and they're in like bubbles of fraternity culture and I don't know, drinking and doing their homework, and they don't really think of anything else aside from that. I think they've got built up egos. Not to say that I don't, but you know.
Yeah, I mean, you have an ego around the fact that you're not like them, which is understandable. I'm not saying as a bad, like we all have egos. That's just like your flavor of ego.
Yeah, I'm trying to not be like that, but it's hard. Like walking behind people and being like, they're just talking about fucking nothing. They're talking about
I
the
think,
best way to optimize cheating on their homework and shit.
yeah, I think there's got to be like some kind of like a hack that that I've always like thought is like possible like for you to be able to like kind of infiltrate and like
I mean,
add
it's sports,
value.
dude.
Yeah, I mean,
I
but that's
Dad
not
called me the other day, uh, just out of the blue, and talked to me for like 30 minutes, and it was the longest I've talked to him in so long. And he just like grasped at every sports thing he could talk to me about. It was
really
pretty funny
like
and
Georgia
interesting.
related type sports.
Yeah, Georgia stuff. He talked about golfing and how he's moving to a place that's gonna have a golf course. He talked about like my nieces and nephews playing sports and how they're doing and all that. It's like he's really going for the sports connection thing.
I mean, that's kind of his always been his language.
Let me switch the language. Yeah, yeah, it is.
But yeah, I don't know. I feel that. I feel like different bubble like cultures of people. Like when I go to the gym, like I'm going to a new gym, I was like looking around for new gyms and I found one that's pretty decent, but then it's like there's a kind of a culture, there's sort of vibe to every gym. So I'm trying to
What's the
like
vibe
it's
of
just like
this gym?
palpable. This one is like younger, like oh, okay. I don't think I've really like put my finger on it. So I was going to Planet Fitness, which was like the cheapest gym you can go to. So it was just very much like people that I don't know. It was kind of like all walks of life, but it was like very much like low income people, a lot of like high school kids, and just like. But it was a huge gym, and you could like find all the equipment. This gym is like, I guess, like young professionals, and I don't know, just some weirdos. Like, there's people like doing like their kind of like calisthenic things on the turf area, and just like making a point to like breathe super heavy. They're like trying to practice some kind of like dragon's breath, but they're like I don't know. It just feels like they're kind of on display. And then you got like the gym girlies that are just like like very hot and like their hair. It's like they don't even put their hair up. They just let their hair like breeze in the wind, and it's like perfectly like it's like they did their hair to go to the gym type of thing.
So
And they're
you go
like
to like an
definitely
influencer gym.
yeah, kind of.
I guess that makes sense for like Denver.
I mean, yeah, it does. But the reason I'm going is because they have all the amenities I was looking for, and it's not. There's another one I was looking at that was like $300 a month. This one's like 40, so obviously I'm gonna go to this one. But it has like
What it
has the
has, it has
sauna,
sauna, yeah.
the steam room. It has a basketball gym. It has yoga, like studio yoga classes that are like part of the membership, and it also has like weightlifting classes. It has a pool, so it kind of has like it checks all the boxes.
Type shit, dude. That sounds cool.
It's cool, yeah. But yeah, I was talking about the culture. Like the culture is just interesting. I'm trying to feel it out. But I'm sure it's similar to you, like going to college, like in these kind of different cultural bubbles, and yeah,
I
like
mean, it's
I feel
kind
it.
of everyone, but it's also like the type of people who go to the university gym are like low key bodybuilders. Like they're really peaking and like all they care about is lifting.
Are they looks maxing?
Uh, I don't know. I don't think a lot of people are like hitting hammers against their face and shit, but I'm sure they're doing like peptides.
Yeah. It's pretty interesting. The
What do you know
bone
about
crash.
looks maxing?
Just a clip that Tim Dillon put on his show. It's about this guy who like definitely has like a Dexter serial killer vibe, and he's like taking you through his like daily routine where he like hits a hammer to his bones, and he's like showing you all the injections he does, and he's
Are you
I
talking
do.
about clavicular?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. He's so funny because he's just like is autistic about looking good, and he's like way too into it.
Yeah, I
He could
mean,
care a little bit less, still be handsome, and then also like do other shit with his life.
but no, he's not. He's on 110%.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I'm trying to look better. I
Yeah.
ran yesterday and the day before, and I can't lift yet because of my collarbone. But I was doing some intermittent fasting, and then I ran, and then I was like, oh my god, I'm so tired. I need to eat, and then I was like binge eating and trying to figure things out. I don't feel settled into my habits.
Yeah. Well, it's like a lifelong journey, I suppose,
Yeah,
to
it's
get that
starting to seem
discipline.
like
Some
everything is a lifelong journey, and that's why I'm like walking around every day like this is it. This is what it's about.
Yeah. I mean, that's fair. I think yeah, I think that's what it's about. I mean, I think there's like some joy that comes with like seeing gradual improvement as far as lifelong journey stuff goes. I think that is a nice feeling.
Yeah, I guess so. I just I feel like everything that I take up is taking away from something else, and it's uh I don't know, it's a little disheartening because there's so much shit that I do in my day to day that I'm like, this is just a waste of time.
Like classes.
Yeah, my advertising classes are stupid. My teacher's fucking she teaches like we're 5 years old. It's just a waste of time. Like I'm sitting in there learning nothing.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I mean, I definitely feel that hardcore about my 9 to 5 job. It's like, I
Yeah,
mean,
exactly.
it's
It's all
it's
about
kind of
money.
hell.
That's
Like
all it ever
working full
is.
time is like very much hell. And then I just like I like you're finally off work and you have the evening to yourself and it's just like, oh shit, it's time for bed. Now I gotta wake up and do it all over. And same thing with the weekend. The weekend always goes by too fast. I mean, it's all cliches, but like it's very true. It's monotonous and it's like kind of hard to hard to like realize that this is the rest of my life. But I want to, on a positive note, my whole goal is that I want to be able to buy a farm and like homestead and hopefully retire early and just like live off the farm. That's kind of my new dream or old dream
Yeah.
that I've always had, but like trying to like figure out how I can make it a reality.
Yeah. That's good. That's that is that's kind of like the transcendentalist ideal. Going and living out on the prairie.
I mean, yeah, I just think that's like the peak of human. I think all this other stuff that we do is just fluff. All the stuff that we have to do just so we can afford to do the fluff stuff. It's like it's just kind of pointless.
Do you think that most people feel this way, or you think most people are just locked in like, well, I have to get money and I'm working towards a better career. I'm developing my skills and, more money I can move to a bigger house and all that kind of stuff.
I think most people don't sit with their feelings and like philosophize on life. I think most people just aren't there. They just don't do that because I think it's scary to do that.
Yeah. I think we should dose the water with psilocybin.
I mean, it's got to be better than fluoride.
You're fucking stupid, dude. Fluoride's gotta be good for your teeth.
No, dude, look it up. This is a conspiracy that I feel pretty strongly about this one.
This
Like,
is
I don't know
ridiculous.
100% of any of these, but this one I'm like, fluoride's fucked up.
Dude, okay, what should I look up to hear some? Some
Okay,
dumb conspiratorial talking points on fluoride.
I mean, literally just type in like, is fluoride bad, like in X or Instagram or
And
TikTok or what.
fucking
My
dumb apps with dumb people on them.
Yeah, I mean, but you're gonna get a well-rounded. You're gonna get some loony people, and then you're gonna get some people that are like bring up like sources. You know, you'll get the whole gamut or whatever you call it. My internet's down, or else I would like look around for stuff for you. But definitely look into it because, or like pull it up right now if you want to hear some like weirdos talk about it.
All right, dude. I'm gonna hop on the everything app and we'll see.
Okay, but I mean, here's my 2 cents: is like, there's no like reason why they should put fluoride in the water. Like it's sort of like an infringement on everyone's freedom. It's like you're just going to decide that it's better for everyone's teeth if you do that. That feels like really like an overstep. And also like fluoride, it's supposed to be like an external, like when you put it on your toothpaste or you have treatments at the dentist, they put it on your teeth and they wipe it away. You don't ingest it. So why are we drinking it? That's like
Wait,
that was never.
they do not wipe it away. My fluoride, they put it on
You
your
spit
teeth.
it.
Your teeth feel weird, and you can eat immediately.
Yeah, no, but you spit it out of your mouth and
No,
rinse.
no, it's
They just say, okay, now swallow all that shit we just put on your mouth. That's not how my dentist ever did it.
no. They like cake it on your teeth, and it's like a layer, and I assume it just like gets on the food that you eat, and you swallow it.
Um, I don't know. I haven't been to the dentist regularly in a long time, to be honest. But like when I used to do it, they would do like a fluoride wash or like a paste. They would put your teeth into like a almost like a styrofoam like tray, and your teeth would just like and she'd be like, okay, now bite down for when she set a timer for 1.5 minutes. And then once the timer was over, she'd take the stuff out and I would rinse. And also, I when I had braces when I was a kid, it was the same thing. We had a fluoride wash because they don't want like the part where your braces are connected to your teeth to like rot your teeth. So you do fluoride to strengthen it. So it do like mouthwash. You'd rinse it around your mouth and you'd spit it out and rinse out your mouth. Same with toothpaste. They say don't swallow toothpaste because it's like poisonous. Fluoride toothpaste is like you put it on your teeth and you spit it out. Am I wrong?
Dude, I don't know, and there's no like real discourse on the Everything app about this. I think it's a weird thing, but I don't think it's like really significantly impacting me.
I mean, I don't think it's significant. It's subtle. Okay, but here's what the okay. So the wacky people will say, and I don't necessarily disagree with them, but it's gonna sound wacky. Is it's all about the pineal gland? Have you heard about this? The fluoride, the minerals in the fluoride calcifies your pineal gland, which is like your connection to the ethereal realms. And it's like the pineal gland is where DMT is naturally occurring in your brain. And if you tap into your pineal gland, if your pineal gland is clear and not calcified, that's when you can unlock like psychic powers. That's the conspiracy.
Really, you think they're
That's the
suppressing us with the water?
Yeah.
I
I mean,
can,
I
I mean,
think
I
they're.
do. I like that argument because it's like the same thing as mushrooms being a Schedule One substance.
See, there you go. It all starts to kind of come together. Why? I mean, why are like holistic medicines banned? Because they can't make a profit of it. That's one angle of it. But the other angle is like they kind of want to keep us sick, or at least like not doctors, but like the Rockefellers who wrote the medical textbooks. They kind of want to keep us sick and not as our best. They don't want us to be at our best.
Yeah, I mean that this is true because like if you heal and self actualize, you're not going to be reliant on the capitalist structure.
Exactly. It all boils down to that, and it's like
And that is that's
Ghislaine
fair.
Maxwell,
Yeah.
her dad, like Robert Maxwell, who's
What
like a
about?
known like Israeli intelligence
Oh
agent,
yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah.
He owns the company that produces a lot of the academic textbooks, Maxwell textbooks. We had them in high school. Like that probably is a familiar name to you or to other people. That's his. He like publishes those.
I've never heard of those textbooks. But yeah, I
Maxwell.
mean, like up until late like high school AP classes, it is like very dumb surface level learning. Um, and we're definitely not like encouraged to be intuitive or anything like that.
Yeah, and I mean, like, science is all about like testing things, and everything's a theory. You should always be like trying to disprove everything. Like, it's the search for truth.
I do
It's not
think
dogmatic,
I think
and
like this
medical science
textbook
should be the same.
I think this textbook conspiracy is like a slippery slope to anti-intellectualism, but uh I do think
I
that's
mean,
bad.
I think they're controlling the knowledge. I think that's real, and
I don't think they're controlling it that well. I think, most of elementary, middle, and high school are like very dumbed down versions of things, but you get into college classes and you're reading like different
articles and
writings by different people and you're debating different
yeah,
situations and arguments for things.
yeah. Okay, there's like so apparently the reason why I name drop Rockefeller is because he was like a part of he like brought together he made some kind of like standardized medical like academic procedure in the early 19th century, and he did it with Johns Hopkins or whatever, and he basically like standardized the like medical doctorate academic program. And I'm not really doing great justice on it, but basically the idea is that he standardized everyone so that everyone like kind of graduates with the same curriculum, instead of it being more like experimental and research based. And there's all different types of like theories and cultures surrounding medicine. Well, they kind of like did away with a lot of like the Eastern and other practices and just said, no, this is Western medicine. Here we have pharmaceuticals. This is how you do this and that. And it's kind of like more structured and like procedural, rather than like, feeding off of homeopathic things or feeding off of Eastern medicine. Like, what are natural herbs, natural remedies? They kind of like brushed all that under the rug because that he was working. So Rockefeller's the oil dude, right? So a lot of pharmaceuticals apparently are based off of like petroleum based chemicals that create the pharmaceutical chemicals that we use as our drugs. So he had a vested interest in
Opening the
making
market of
doctors.
oil.
Yeah, so basically, yeah, if doctors prescribe his, oil market pharmaceuticals, he would be making more money rather than saying, oh, you'll probably be fine, but you need to do turmeric and ginger, and you need to do this tea and that tea, and you know what I mean, go on an organic diet. Like, you know what I mean? He didn't want that to be a
Yeah.
part of. So there's a vested interest for him to like push pharmaceuticals.
I
So
mean,
that's
I'm
a rabbit
sure
hole. People can look
that's
into that.
yeah, I'm sure that's true in its own rabbit hole or whatever, but I don't think that necessarily like negates the hard work of doctors and science.
No, I mean, I'm not trying to besmirch the name of any medical doctors that you know of. I just think that they, their schooling, they pass tests, right? It's the same as any like educational field. Like, they know how to like
Yeah, but you
check
still have to
boxes.
do like a dissertation to get your doctorate.
Yeah, but I mean,
There's
what does that
still
mean?
like the spirit of theory and research.
Yeah, I think that they like laugh people out of the room who have different opinions, and I think that's a cultural. It's
I
become a
mean,
cultural like
some of these like
environment.
alternative, like hippie, anti-vaxxer opinions are, rooted in good criticisms of our system, but just get to the wrong ends, and they are laughable. And
I
I
mean,
think that's an okay thing to exist.
I think this is propaganda brain coming from you. That's what I think.
How so?
I just think that that's like been fed to you. I think the same way that I would like pull out some kind of conservative bullshit. I think that's kind of like what everyone's been telling you forever, and it feels right, but that doesn't mean it's necessarily true.
I generally believe that the field of medicine is a developing, ever developing field that does search for objective truths and attempt to help people. I think that
And that's the story.
I
And
think
that's the
that
story we've been fed.
I think that
And
the
that's what we want to
structures
believe
that
about it.
I think that the structures that make up our society, create exploitative like systems within that, like pharmaceuticals and I don't know, standardized medicine takes or whatever. But I think generally people who are going into the medical field and have the rigor to be able to go through med school, and like again there's like another elitist system and there's a class distribution issue with med school and all that, but generally the people who are going to med school and becoming doctors are doing it because they want to help people and they want to seek out truth, and they're capable of doing that despite the systemic uh inhibitors to that. And I think what like being critical
I
of
think
the history or tradition of American, I don't know, education is cool and fine, but like not believing in, I don't know,
doctors.
in yeah, in doctors or people's like
I think they have
uh
good intentions,
yeah, so then
but the road to hell is paved with good intentions. I think that it's kind of been lost. I think right now, if you really were going to be a doctor and actually follow those like things that you just outlined, as far as like this like the pursuit of truth, the pursuit of knowledge, I think that you'd have to be like very courageous and like very sure of yourself, because there's a lot of people that are, you get canceled. I think in it's become institutionalized, and I think a lot of different industries or like schools of thought have become similar, where it's like, yeah, they promote the idea that you should be a creative thinker and do all these things on yourself, but also they will reprimand you if you come up with an idea that's kind of against the grain,
who
because
will?
the the people that are, it's the people that have Nobel Peace Prizes, and they've been a professor at John Hopkins for the past 30 years. The people that are just like very much like rooted in the old system, it's like dogmatic. Everything is religious, kind of, I think, is maybe what I'm getting at. Like, it's like you can't question it. Like, they want you to think you can question it, but you actually can't.
I mean, I think there's I think what you're talking about is like academic elitism.
Yeah, that is what I'm talking about. But what I'm trying to say is that mentality
Yeah, but
is
that's like
rampant.
that's just a conservative mentality that old people who want to maintain power have, and every
Exactly.
young
Yeah. Thank you.
person has to
Exactly.
like fight against that.
Yeah. It's just hard to do that. I mean, it's the same.
I
It's
don't
the
think
same
it's that
conversation we
hard
just had.
because like things change and people learn things and there are things happening in science that are like, like the people at the forefront of science, not fucking like pop culture science, but like actual experimenters and physicists and stuff. I feel like they are pretty in touch with reality and, are also extremely critical of the systems at hand. And I think
Some of them
more
are. They're
academia, and
outliers.
I don't think that's an outlier take. I think the smarter you are and the more rigor you have, the further down the rabbit hole you go into being like, wow, shit is fucked, and you understand it more and more. And I think
Yeah,
what's
but
happening is you're like you're shifting the blame towards people who have better intentions than the system that they work in.
I mean, I'm not like trying to demonize anyone. I'm not saying that they are being malevolent. I just think that they're kind of like caught up in the wave. I don't think they're doing it on purpose. I think they're genuinely doing their best and trying to help, and they're trying to do their Hippocratic oath and all that. But like, I just think that most people aren't actually doing that. They just think they're doing that because they are trusting, the mainstream, and they're trusting like the majority, when really the majority is, kind of corrupt or just misguided, misled.
Uh, okay, I'll accept that. I don't think it's that impactful on like medicine practices aside from like prescribing certain drugs.
Well, here's the thing. Okay, like people treat okay, doctors treat symptoms, and that's just like the way that the institution today has been created, and that's how they teach it in school. That's literally like how you like your dissertation, your everything is like lined up, and they train you in a way that you diagnose and then you treat symptoms.
Yeah, and you
But I
want them
think
to
that's
find the
wrong.
causes of things and fix them societally.
No, not societally, but on an individual basis, every individual is different, and I think that it would probably be better if you looked at a patient as a patient and not like a symptom and not like a potential. I mean, they get kickbacks when they prescribe certain drugs. I mean, that's the way the institution is set up, so they're incentivized to go along with it. So, and it's the
Yeah, but
same conversation we just
again,
had.
that's That's just like the pharmaceutical capitalist system. That's not really.
Yeah, exactly. But what I'm saying is that they might have good intentions, but they've kind of just been swept up in the wave, the same way that people like don't stop and critically think about life, like we did the conversation we just had of like if you don't stop and like consider why you're doing the things you're doing, how would you best serve your time? You know, is my time being wasted? Like all that stuff. It's like people don't sit and contemplate that stuff because it leads you down dark roads, and people don't want to do that. So it's the same in every institution. It's just, then that's why this happens
I
because
mean,
at a young age, even like so it all starts in like elementary school, middle school, high school. We're not taught to like think creatively. We're just not. So the people who excel in school follow the rules, they study for tests, they regurgitate information, they get an A, they get into UGA, they get a scholarship, they go on to med school. It's the same line of thinking. So it starts like really young, and you're like set up to not question things because that's how you excel and succeed. Tell me
yeah,
I'm wrong. I feel like I'm cooking right
I
now.
guess you're right in that we're like groomed to subscribe to the systems that we exist within.
There you go. So it's not anyone's fault. It's just like that's the system. And if you want to thrive and succeed, you go along with the system. The best students are not the most creative students. I mean, no one can argue that.
I Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess you're right in like yeah, they're not going to do creative students and artistic and like talented people from the right brain or left brain, whatever is the artistic one, like they're not going to do well in statistics or fucking history class, but I don't that doesn't like I don't think this should lead to a general distrust of like medical professionals. I think
Well,
I think the
for me.
biggest issues with like medicine is like the pharmaceutical capitalist model and the whole kickback recommendations thing. But I feel like most people understand that prescription drugs are like not the safest thing to do, and they're
Okay.
just like a short
And then they
term
stop there.
fix.
And they that line of thinking doesn't go any further. They say, "Well, but my doctor prescribed it, so I'm going to take it."
Well,
So you're
yeah, I
right,
mean,
but
I
there's
broke
like the
my
depth of thinking is
collarbone.
not there.
I broke my collarbone and they gave me hydrocodone and I took it because it's good and I was in pain. Like
Okay, well,
what do you
that's different.
mean?
That's pain management. I'm talking about people who are like I what's the
Are you talking
status
about
like
like depression?
the average American is on like four different prescriptions.
Okay,
I'm talking
I
about
mean,
everything. Yeah, everything. Like okay, there's like blood pressure, there's like whether you're on a GLP-1 or whether you're like I don't know all the
okay.
specifics, but like what are the
All
most
right.
common drugs? Yeah,
So let's
antidepressants probably
go
one of them.
so let's talk about mental illness. I think
All right.
the system that we exist in gives rise to a lot of mental illnesses just
Yeah,
because of
for sure.
like for me, like I get super depressed just because I'm like walking around looking at things and being like this is it, this is what it
Yeah.
is, and I'll talk to people and I'm like we're not connecting at all, um
Yeah.
and so you know some people feel that way and they go to their psychiatrist and they get a prescription for some drug and they pay their monthly fee or their insurance covers it or whatever, and they
Yeah.
take that drug that makes them feel more normal or more evened out or whatever,
Yeah.
I think that's like I don't think there's any I don't think the psychiatrist is, well, I guess they could be, but I don't think they're like
I'm
the reason that society
no,
is so fucked.
no, I'm not
Like
trying to point blame on the doctors. I know it sounds like that, and I'm sorry that that's how it came out. Like, I'm not like demonizing doctors. I think they're trying to do their best. I really do. But I think it's like so that exact example was like that question is like so heavy to lift and so complicated that like you can't solve that for people. They can't solve it for themselves. That's why they've come to see you. So like yeah, it's not necessarily anyone's fault, but it's just like it's that doesn't mean it's still the right way to go about it. I mean, I'm not
yeah, but
saying it's an
it
easy
doesn't come down
fix.
to an individual level. Like our entire system is structured on like fallacies.
Oh, this is coming from you. That sounds like something I would say. Hold on now.
This, I mean, you sure the I think capitalism is a bad thing. I think the way we
Okay.
interact with everything is bad. I think the way we worship money is a bad thing. I think
Yeah.
like if we if there wasn't like private ownership of land and shit, and people could just go outside and they could sleep and they could hunt for their food and cook and have communities and not be suffering in a cubicle, like yeah, that would be better, but that's not going to happen because everyone is so locked in on on getting their
Yeah.
bread and supporting themselves.
Yeah.
That
So it's a complicated issue, but I think that I think that like we owe it to ourselves as like people to like you got to dive in and be like, all right, why am I unhappy? Like, do I need to change my job? Like, you can take small steps of like, is my job
Sure,
like
you can change your
really
job or fucking vote for a different guy, but it's the same thing over and over again. It's the same issues that are never going to be solved unless, there's some kind of crazy revolution, which is just not going to happen.
okay? But like, here's an example: antidepressants. Like don't so there's some I heard someone talking and I'm like and I'm like paraphrasing something that someone else said. I'm not like looking at the studies, so like yeah, I'm sorry for that, but like apparently what I hear antidepressants like really the statistics of like are they making people not depressed is like it's the odds are not good. Like the studies don't show that. And the study and it's like in exercise heals depression, like 4 out of 5 people who exercise their depression is solved. So that's one example right there of like we should not be prescribing so quick to prescribe antidepressants. You should like sit down with someone and be like, how much are you exercising? Tell me about your day-to-day life. Like what is your routine? How much physical exercise are you getting? What are you eating? What is your social community like? How often do you like talk to loved ones? Do you have a support group of friends? Like these are the questions I think we should be asking.
Yeah,
And
I
that's
agree
just
with you.
depression.
I
That's just
agree with
depression.
that, but I also think it's not really on like a doctor. I guess it is to
Well,
some
then who
extent.
is it?
It's
Because I
like
think it is on them. I think that's
I
maybe
think it's
no, like
on
you just
everyone.
triggered
It's a
something in me.
whole
It's like if you
societal issue.
no,
Our
but yeah,
society and
obviously.
communities are not structured in a way that we bring each other up.
I mean, yeah, okay, but like how do you get there? So like you can't just blow it out of proportion and then we're left with all the pieces. You have to like find some kind of a building block. So if you're a doctor and you're sitting down with someone, that's how you do that. You get to the bottom of like you understand the person as an individual. You don't just say, "Oh, you're depressed. Here's this Zoloft. Next."
I
And then
mean,
you get a $2,000 extra that month because you prescribed someone a new pill. You see what I'm saying? Like, yeah,
yeah, I think
you can sit back and say the world is fucked, we're fucked, and I've done that many times myself. But like, you have to like if your job as a doctor, I think you should be doing more than you know what I mean. Just saying, well, the world is fucked, so this pill will make everything feel a little less fucked. Go on your way. You see the
I
difference?
I think if you go to a normal doctor, like a just like a primary care doctor, it would go a little different than how a psychiatrist would do it. And I think psychiatry and getting prescribed like drugs to any extent is it's like another facet of this broken capitalistic system, and that does I
Yeah.
they could do better, but there's it's another symptom of the structural issues.
I mean, yeah, okay, but that's I mean that's why we're talking about. I think that's why it's important to just talk about these things in journals because like at the end of the day, and I'm like laying in bed trying to fall asleep, and I'm thinking like, wow, the world is so fucked, everything's fucked. I guess I'll wake up and do it all again tomorrow. Like we don't get anywhere, and I just feel more and more nihilistic and more depressed. And like the arguments can't always come back to, well, the world's fucked, capitalism is fucked,
So then
we're
what is it?
fucked.
What do we do?
I mean, I think we should talk about. I think we should at least have the conversations. And I think the fact that, I think I'm going to call you out for having propaganda brain of saying like, you're defending the doctors, defending the institutions. Like, no, let's just at least have this conversation.
I mean, yeah.
I think we all should be doing. I think no one. I think the majority of people aren't willing to have these hard conversations, and I think that's something that I see as an issue, and that's something that I'm trying to like,
I don't know
you
how
know,
hard of a conversation it is. It seems to me that everyone understands this and sees the structure of our society going this way, but then
I
it's like
don't think so.
the politicians and the people who are supposed to change things are focused on making money for themselves and starting wars. Like there
Agreed.
something has to change politically for
No, I disagree. I think we have to change. I think like the fact that you're like going on campus and talking to people and they're just saying words and not saying anything, that's the problem. Because everyone feels that in their life that, if you want to have a conversation with someone about something deep, people just like their eyes glaze over or they start laughing at you. They're like, "Oh, you're a conspiracy like it
yeah, but you
always
can't
cycles back to that.
but again, you can't blame the people. There is a structure, there's a society that has given rise to people's beliefs and groomed them into thinking the way they do.
Yeah,
And
and I'm
it
not
takes critique
blaming
of the system to
I'm
fix
I'm
that.
past blame. I don't care about blame. You're the one caring about blame. You're blaming the system. I'm saying, okay, what do we do from here? What's the next step? The next step is like to try to reach the people and have the conversations. I'm not blaming them. I'm just wanting somehow I'm like yearning for like some kind of conversation with some kind of depth where we can talk about hard topics and we can at least discuss it. We don't have to agree, but like let's talk about this shit.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. I think community building is important, but
So I think that's like there's some kind of a hack when you're like talking to people that you just like don't resonate with. Like how can you like kind of break the wall and just extend like an olive branch of like, here's an interesting thought. Isn't that weird? Okay, have a nice day. Enjoy your workout. Keep look maxing. Like you know what I mean? You have to like talk to like there's a way to like infiltrate.
I think being genuine and trying to not have any egos a pretty solid approach.
I
But
agree.
I
I
don't know.
think
I find that people don't want to talk about anything, and I don't know that there's anything I can personally do aside from
there's
giving them understanding and trying to and just continuing to try.
I mean, yeah, I think generally I just like say weird shit and like let people take what they want out of it, and I'll do it in a lighthearted way to where I'm not like preaching necessarily, but I'm just like, isn't that funny? Like I'll make it sarcastic, but I'm like pretty good at making jokes where people think I'm being serious, but they don't really know, and like I think it's a bit hard for people when they first meet me or like first interact with me because I do that all the time. Of like I'll just say something off the wall and like just totally deadpan them and I just let them like pick up the pieces and like figure out. Like most people think I'm insane. I'm probably for doing this, but like I have fun with it. I enjoy it. That's my strategy.
Okay. Yeah. I don't I don't know, man. I've been feeling like nothing is real.
Yeah, you seem like you've been a little bit depressed from what you've said.
I mean, yeah, to some extent. I don't know. It's just it is like your whole worldview can change just based on your opinions or your approach to whatever you're sensing or experiencing. But it seems to me like just
I feel like that's not true for most people. Like what you just said, it seems like a rare thing. I feel like most people like pretty much
Yeah,
know
I guess they're like
what they
locked in
know. They know what they
on
believe.
yeah, they have the whole like ego thing, like, oh, I'm thinking about my job and my homework and all my opinions towards everything are set in stone. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, like I feel like what you just said is not most people's
Yeah, well, it's
experience,
also kind of like cope with
but maybe
just
that's yours.
having a super depressive like personality. It's like the only way to counteract that is to be like my brain is taking in information and processing it, and it can do that differently, and I can be aware of it, and I can, I can be like, I'm feeling this way right now. I don't have to feel that way, or I'm gonna sit in it, or whatever, or it's gonna pass. I don't know. I've also been like just like walking around, and then I'll be like, okay, in whatever 20 minutes, I'm gonna be in this different place because I'll have walked there, and it's like I don't know, experiencing time passing, and I don't feel real at all. Nothing feels real.
Interesting. I wonder if more people feel that. I wonder because, like, they say as the years go on, like time speeds up, and like not just because of your age. Like everyone says that when you get older, time moves faster. But I feel like maybe that's like a general like thing about time. Like as we move on, like thousands of years in human evolution, like the whole singularity thing. It's like just will time just like keep like speeding? Because I feel that too. Like I'll just be like sitting one afternoon and like just hours pass, and I'm just like, what even happened to my day? Like I feel eerily similar to what you just said.
Yeah, I
Even when I'm working,
yeah, I
it'll do the
mean,
same thing.
I do think most of like growing up and being like, wow, the years are passing so much faster is just part of like having experienced no new novel things, and then have like each year of your life is less and less a fraction of your life. Like that makes sense in my
Yeah,
head why we would experience it like that. But there is also like I don't know. It's like that makes me think of like how bees are like in slow motion or like flies or whatever, just because they just have that different experience.
yeah. I think that's what I'm getting at. There's like the perception of time is changing for humanity. Like,
Well, yeah, I mean, to me, time is like the dimension that we cannot get around, and it's like it's kind of like part of our egoistic, uh, uh, like selfish way of living. Because I've been reading a lot of Kurt Vonnegut
yeah.
too. He talks about like the fourth dimension and being trapped in time and shit.
I mean, I have a conspiracy theory on time too. You want to hear that?
Sure. Is it the
It's
Jews?
relevant. It's relevant. Maybe. I mean, we're not gonna go there. I don't know who did it, but like it could be the Jews. So, but like the idea is
Well, we
that
know they're controlling the weather.
yeah, they're okay. Well, don't get me started because there's I don't know if we've talked about that yet because there's stuff there. Okay, okay, so time. So like there's 13 moon cycles per year, and apparently our calendar used to be. It used to be based on the moon. Every month was a moon, which makes a lot of sense. And there's 13 of them. But then at some point, like the Romans or whoever the fuck did it, like the Gregorian calendar that we follow, they just cut out one of the months, and like they had to really, that 1 month is 30, the next is 31, this one's 28. Oh, now we have to count for a leap year. They had to like kind of fuck everything up out of the natural time. And the theory is that they are like taking humans away from the natural rhythms and putting it onto this like man-made like matrix of time, and so we're all like out of whack because we're not following like the natural moon months.
Yeah, like cycles of time, or like circadian, like larger scale circadian rhythms, I guess.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I
like
mean,
we're
like,
we're working off two systems. Like you have to be up at 8 a.m. on January 1st, but like if you were actually following all the moons and like all like the natural rhythms of cycles of times, then you'd be like you just naturally go on a different schedule. And
I mean,
by the way, it's the equinox.
today is
Yeah, like tonight,
the
21st March. So the night and day are equal. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Sorry, my neighbor uh is making me assess her outfit because she's going on a date. Is this better with this over it? I really don't think it matters. Sure. I mean, it's more casual with the long sleeve over. I don't think it's bad or good in terms of like. No, it's not too much. It's a bomb ass fit. You're slaying.
Tell her it's hot.
My my brother said it's hot. Well, he can imagine it.
He's gonna drool. Your date's gonna drool.
I no, I don't think so. I think if you were wearing like a dress, it'd be too much. But you can only go so nice
Is this
without
what
go
date?
like
What date number? Is
pre-dressed.
this date one? Date two? Where are
Is
we
this
at?
first date? What the fuck? It's a second
Don't get
date,
too dressed up.
but the
Don't
first
get
date
too
was in
dressed up.
October. Do you want me to send you a photo of her?
Yeah, I would say don't get too dressed up because like why didn't he reach out for you for
Yeah,
months?
why didn't he
Like
reach
I
out
feel
for so
like
long? Oh, he was dating someone else, Alan.
go more casual because you got to make this man work for it if he really wants your affection.
Okay. Okay, he's here, so it doesn't even matter. And he's got a big ass truck. Oh, okay. And so, what do you think about like society and capitalism? It's a Freudian slip. Yeah, I think you're wearing too much. I think you're too dressed up. So, so now he's here as well, and my phone. What's your name? Walker is here in a teal Carhartt T-shirt.
Walker, what are your intentions with this young lady? Why haven't you called her back?
He said his name's Alan. Yeah. My dad's name is Jeff. Okay, cool. You guys have a nice time. My name's Joseph. Nice to meet you. Yep. Walker said hello and bye. Hey, you guys enjoy those fries. I hear they're great. Yeah.
Texas Ranger.
Yeah. Um. Yeah, dude. That's
That
that's my
was
neighbor
embarrassing.
Liz.
I
I'm
definitely took on a dad role. My protective instincts came out. Unk full blast just came on.
just a little bit. Yeah. I think you could have a chance with her. She's 24.
Nice. Slip me your number.
I'm not gonna do that.
Just kidding. That was actually really interesting when you asked her about capitalism and society, and she said it was a Freudian slip and that you shouldn't think too much about it or something like that.
Yeah, dude.
I mean, it was kind of like a not super welcoming question. I'll give her, in her defense, like, there's no way she's about to like dive into this conversation topic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it did kind of sum up what we were talking about. Is like, just don't worry about that.
Yeah. That I mean that is the general sentiment. But also like it is like what more can you do than be like this is bullshit and like cope with it? Cuz it's kind of that or violent revolution.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I guess I just want to like have a farm and like have a family and like hang out with my dog and like maybe make music, maybe make art, try to build community. I mean, like those that's where my brain goes, but like I don't know.
Yeah.
What else is one to do?
I don't know. I don't think that I will I don't know. I think it's like kind of impossible to self-actualize in the current day.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of like a grand test.
But I don't know. I
Like
guess
why
Kurt
were we
Vonnegut was just
born?
like, shit's crazy. You should have sex. That's what it's all about. I feel that.
Yeah, I mean I think he had his own demons, and I told you about he once he like made it as like a famous author, he left his wife and four sons and just like ran off with a mistress. So like yeah, he clearly had some motives underlying. And I
Yeah.
don't think that's great. Like I think that's just like feeds nihilism and hedonism, and I don't think that's good. I don't judge it if you do that short term because like we've all been there. It's like yeah, you want to seek pleasure, but I don't think that's sustainable. I think it'll leave you like hungry.
So what is sustainable though? Because I think the whole thing is you're always hungry and it never ends.
I mean, I think it's love. I think at the end of the day, it's love and like meaning, purpose. Like if you're providing for those you love and care about, I think that's really all it is. And it just goes down to our like basic urge to like survive and take care of our family and our tribe. I think that's all it is.
Yeah.
And like
I guess
try to
that's
like
true.
uncover the secrets of the universe as best you can, and whatever that means for you.
Yeah.
And just like become better, like grow. I think it's all about growth. Like the whole like life is a journey of self actualization and like everything. You're just kind of like slightly getting better at everything as you go on life. Like I don't think there's much more than that. It's just like become better every day. That's all we can do. Because otherwise you degenerate. Otherwise you get worse every day and you become like a fucking demon, like actually demon. And you like rape people and you like steal everyone's wealth and like build a palace for yourself. I mean that's the other extreme.
Yeah. I think there's somewhere in the middle that most people are at, but um yeah, I don't know. I feel a little more hopeless than you. I think if even if I was able to have a farm and be with a I don't know, be with the my one and only and like I don't know, do be self-sustainable or whatever, it still isn't all there.
You'd still be There'd still be a hole inside of you deep down.
I think so.
I mean, what's going to fill that hole? Everyone says that's the God-sized hole inside of everyone. That's why we seek religion, or we seek cults, or we seek vaccines, or whatever we seek. Excuse me for the last one.
Dude, I recently got 3 jabs.
For what? Like rabies and stuff?
I got a fifth COVID booster.
No, stop doing that.
And
Why are you doing that?
I got a I got typhoid and I got meningitis.
I mean, those might be good. I don't know, but COVID, don't. Why are you doing that?
I don't I'm not sure. I think that one was kind of silly. But also at this point like it's probably not like a chip. It's probably just, it's like a flu shot.
Okay, it's silly too. I've never gotten the flu. I've never gotten a flu shot. Why are you doing that? Why is
You've
anyone doing
never
that?
gotten a flu shot?
Never gotten a flu shot. Also, never gotten the flu. So,
Well,
look who's laughing
I can
now.
tell you I'm getting the flu shot because I don't want to get sick and I feel
Have
like it
you
would
ever gotten the
be
flu?
yeah, I think so.
Okay, well, it's not working for you. Why are you doing
Well, I
this?
think it makes it, less effective as a disease that you have as an
Well,
illness.
I've never gotten it.
Dude,
I've also
that,
never.
that doesn't mean whatever.
It says
Okay.
something. It's never been an issue for me. I've never even been scared about the flu ever. I've never gotten. It's like what does it say if the only people they're getting are the people that have been vaccinated for it? It's the same with COVID. Everyone I knew who got the
I'm
COVID shot
sure, dude, we could definitely look at the
got
numbers.
COVID.
I'm sure people die from the flu who are unvaccinated and they would have benefited from the vaccine.
I mean, I'm just telling you from my life experience of like
Yeah,
no
that's
one.
ridiculous, dude. You think you're the only person that has experiences?
No, but I think
This
I
is the
don't
whole
trust
thing about
anything else.
anti-vaxxers, dude. They ended up not getting sick, so they're like, why would I ever get a fucking vaccine? That's stupid. Vaccines are
Exactly.
like scientifically proven to do things. Like it makes sense how they work and all that.
I think that's religion. There's a religion of vaccines. It's become a religion.
All right.
The only people that got COVID are people who got the COVID vaxes.
I cannot imagine that's true.
I think I'm going to say that was an exaggeration, but I think that if you did get the COVID vax, you were probably more likely to get COVID or got COVID more often. I do think that's true.
Okay. And how do you think that happened scientifically? Led to that?
Uh, because your immunities were weak because you got injected with a cocktail of chemicals and bullshit, and like part of the disease itself. I think it didn't work the way they thought it was going to work.
Okay. Sure.
I mean, it's probably what I actually think, and it's going to be conspiratorial, is that it's the same thing with the flu vaccine. Is that it's just a myth. It's just a product that they're selling, and it's like you're making people scared of this big bad flu, and so they get vaccinated for it, and then you still end up getting the flu,
But flu
and
shots are
then
free.
okay, it's free for you, but somebody's getting paid off of it.
I okay. I don't know how that works, but it seems to me like if it
People are
were some kind
100%
of
getting paid off of it.
yeah, I'm sure. I don't know how it works though. But again, I think it would be like the whole if it was a exploitative conspiracy that's harming me, I would imagine that I would have to pay for it.
Yeah, you pay with your health, brother.
I'm healthy.
My brother in Christ, if you get the flu this season, you know why. Call me and
Okay.
ask me if I got the flu ever, and I'll say no.
Okay, sure. I think that people are just generally unhealthy. I think that vaccines are just like a scapegoat for people being generally unhealthy, and then they're like these. There's like I don't know, man. It's like pseudoscience. Like being anti-vax in a holistic way is still crazy to me.
I mean, I'm just glad we can have these conversations because these are the types of conversations I'm talking about where people will just like laugh you out of the room like you're doing to me right now. This is why if medical doctors came up with this and they're like in their grad program or they came to I don't know in the academic world or wherever they do this, if they came to a council of doctors and said this, everyone would say the same thing. It's like, but wait, look at the numbers. Like I didn't get sick and I've never taken the vaccine. Like there's
Wait,
something to be said for that.
you're saying someone needs to go to the doctors and say I've never gotten sick and I didn't get the
No, I'm
vaccine?
saying doctors. I'm saying doctors need to go to other doctors and say that, but they don't have the courage to do that, or they just don't believe it because they think like you of like, well, science has come this far. Vaccines are the answer. Vaccines have helped us this much. We need to take vaccines, and then they take vaccines. So now they're like complicit because if you've taken vaccines your whole life, you don't want to just like overnight be like, wait, maybe vaccines are not good for me because then you have like a lifetime of vaccines that you regret.
Okay, I think that you can look at the numbers and see that they are a positive impact on humans in general. I think some people don't take the vaccine and they don't get sick because they have stronger immune systems or whatever. But that again, that doesn't mean vaccines are like a psyop or anything.
I mean, yeah, I think they're cooking the books. I also have heard like that there's different strains of the flu and that they're almost like just like randomly guessing every year of like we think it's this strain, come and get your vaccine, but then
Yeah,
they'll be like
they
totally
are
wrong.
guessing what the which strain it's going to be based on statistics, I think. But
All
I mean,
right.
yeah, there's like thousands of flus.
So then what are we doing? It just sounds so stupid. You get vaxxed for one strain and then the next strain is the one that goes crazy that year. So
Well, I
what are
think
you
it's
even
more of a
doing?
I think it's like, if you get introduced to antibodies of a similar strain, you're still going to have some kind of immune response. I do have to go, so we're going to have
All
to
right.
wrap this up.
All right.
I got to go build some community by watching improv.
Hell yeah. It sounds fun.
Yeah, dude. All
All
right.
right. Well, enjoy.
You too, man. Enjoy.
Talk to you later.
See ya.